Welcome to Anchorage South Rotary. I'm Mary Fairbanks, President for 2010-11. Thank you, Matthew. You're always my
It is my great pleasure to introduce our guest today, Senator Lisa Murkowski.
Thank you. You know, they told me that you were the fun club.
Yeah.
You know, they're right. I kind of miss, though, the fact that you didn't do the kind of finding and the good news bugs. I like getting the good news. You know, what I've been doing, I just don't have a lot of good news on a daily basis. So I like coming to Rotary and give you a little bit of what we did before we left and what we might anticipate coming up. Another example of what's going on with the process is where we are with response to the Deepwater Horizon crisis in the Gulf of Mexico. Ranking member on the Energy Committee, we put together a pretty good bill. In fact, it was a bipartisan bill. We do things on a bipartisan basis in the Energy Committee, and we're really quite proud of it. We moved a bill through that moved through the committee unanimously. And I know when I'm here in Rotary, I'm not supposed to talk politically, but you can't have a conversation about what's going on in the Senate, in the Congress right now, without appreciating the political tensions that are at play. Policy has stopped. There will be very little policy that is crafted. So the real discussion will be, will we get to a response package for the situation in the Gulf? Will that be priority number one? If, in fact, things have calmed down there in the Gulf and we're not seeing the oil washing up on the beaches every day, I don't think there will be that pressure to get that done, and I think that that's unfortunate. What's going to go on in the lame duck? My sense is anybody that tells you that they know, they don't know. They don't pick up a good number of seats, which I believe we are in a position to do, and I'm very optimistic about that. I'd like to think that we can pick up enough to flip it, because I'd really like to be chairman of the Energy Committee instead of ranking member. So if you think there's tension and water just wait until Thanksgiving. I will tell you this much. The Senate is a body that operates on seniority here. Regardless of what happens in the election, I will move up 5 seats on the Appropriation Committee simply because of retirement only. I am optimistic about next Congress. In order for this two-party system to work, it helps when you've got a strong minority.
The housing market is a large suffering market right now. Do you know anything going on that's going to stimulate the housing market?
I believe that a better stimulus to the housing market is how we deal with the level of taxation. We can talk about all kinds of artificial stimulus, but the confidence in the market needs to be there, and we have not done that.
The president is appointing people to committees and EPA and such as that, and they're writing laws or regulations that change the entire fabric of the country without any input by the lawmakers.
I appreciate the fact that you have acknowledged that I have attempted to put my foot on the neck of the EPA. But regulations are the backdoor stranglehold that's not only getting us here in Alaska, but so if you've gone down to Resurrection Bay, you went out and you got a couple halibut, you come back, you're at the dock, your captain is hosing down the deck of the boat to get the fish guts off the boat. That is a reportable discharge under the EPA regulations, and if you fail to report, you're subject to a fine. Any of you fly in this room? Under the regulations that the EPA is proposing for low-leaded aviation gas, 30% of the aircraft in this state could be grounded by this regulation. We are not in daily communication
with the folks in EPA. We are in hourly conversation with them about, you need to understand the impact of your regulation. We want to try to develop our resources, and he is not helping us, and nor is his administration. So you ask what we do. We use every tool in the toolbox, including cutting off EPA's funding. We need to ensure that those agencies that run amok or overreach are pulled back. What we're dealing with is an administration that I think fundamentally believes that you create wealth through government. Instead of what I would hope we would agree, it is the individual that creates wealth, that creates the jobs, that create, really build our economy. So people have accused us as Republicans of being the party of no, and I've got a couple boys. Oftentimes the right answer is no. It's as simple as that.